So one question that I get asked a lot is what pre-workout do I use or what do I recommend? And this is what I've been doing. Show you guys real quick. I've been taking stuff like this, Mio flavor water enhancers. So like this is Wicked Blue Citrus, Lemon Lime. This is one of my favorites. So Mio Fit Lemon Lime. And I will take agua, that's water in Spanish. I'll take that. And I will take this and do this. I'm trying to not completely avoid pre-workout altogether. I think caffeine has its place if you need that extra boost. But I also feel like a lot of pre-workouts are placebo. They're loaded with tons of ingredients and it feels good to be drinking something flavored. So this is kind of my substitute on some days where I feel like I don't need pre-workout and it still feels like I'm taking something. If this was regular water, I'd be like, this isn't gonna help me lift. But at Little Mio Fit, I'm a different person. And I've been so caught up in my So me and Britt are heading to the gym right now, and I told her I would do her workout. It's gonna be some glute stuff, but the only thing is I forgot to wear my Lulu leggings, so I have no idea how my glutes are gonna look. So don't judge me on that, but we'll be at the gym in a minute, and we'll hit some glutes and arms. All right, so slight change of plans. The plan was to come in here and start with squats. There are a couple of people over on the squat racks right now. There's only 2 here. We asked them how long they were gonna be. They're gonna be a little while. They just got started. So we're not gonna wait for that. We wanna get our leg workout done. So we're over here on the horizontal leg press. And one of the cues that I like to give, or one of the things that I like to do. So for instance, Brittany is working on the squat, trying to get better at it, and she tends to fall forward a little bit. And I know those are some weaknesses and form breakdown issues, but for those who don't know how to come up on their toes, this is a good drill. So while she's performing the leg press, what I'll actually do is, hold on, there we go. I will put my hands right here and hope that she doesn't crush my hands with her toes. So by me putting my hand here is a cue for her to really drive through her heels. So I might even do this and push on the top of her feet on her toes to really cue her to drive through the heels on this movement. So sometimes you'll see, what? Yeah, I'll keep my distance. But what you don't want is do it like press through your toes a little bit. You don't want that happening. So as the weight starts getting heavier, you start to come up onto your toes. You want to keep that foot planted here and keep the toe off the platform if possible. You can push through your midfoot, but we want most of the pushing to happen from here back, not here. Don't crush me. There you go. Keep going, come on. Push. So another thing with the horizontal type leg press is you should be able to test your depth before you even get started. So right here, it is adjustable. So how low you want to go, depending on obviously how tall you are. But for me, you could see right now, I would be below parallel if I was standing and this were like a squat. So my hip crease is below my knees, so this is a good range of motion. There is no need to end up like this, folded up like a pretzel when doing the leg press. It's gonna put unnecessary strain on your lower back. If you end up going into hip flexion, so like this, or butt wink in a regular squat, that's gonna put strain on your lower back. And another thing is you don't want to be overarching or hyperextending your low back like this, because that's gonna put strain on your low back. So think about taking that core, driving it into the pad behind you, and staying tight throughout the whole entire lift. Again, know this, but also know this. Woo!
You put your toes lower, you could do calves.
Calves. What a waste of a muscle.
I have better calves than Matty.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Up. Ta. All right, time to do a real set. Good, so that was 4 sets. Now we're gonna do a drop set, go heavy, and keep decreasing the weight until our legs fall off. All right, moving into hamstring curls. Here's the tip with hamstring curls. There are 2 ways you can perform them as far as your foot position. So you can go into plantar flexion or dorsiflexion. Now, in layman's terms, plantar flexion, think of P, plantar, pointing your feet like that. So that is plantar flexion, pointing your foot down. This is dorsiflexion, so pointing your toes up. So when you're performing a hamstring curl, you have the ability to do either of those. You can do them like this. So this, again, plantar, so we're pointing our toes, or dorsi like this, and pulling like this. Now, the difference is that when you dorsiflex, so like this, you're going to involve more of your calves when pulling. When you plantar flex or point, it's gonna be more hamstrings, less calf involvement. So, which one should you do? Whatever you're more comfortable with. I actually end up changing it up. Usually the less weight I use, the less involvement of my calves I will involve. If that makes sense. The less I will involve my calves.
But it's not just here. It's in this area. Especially when I did 5 like this. I'm like in more.
The other way.
And then just adjust your body to whatever makes
Yeah, I know, but my back's always like that. There's no support this side. Ew. I hate those.
All right, so I think by far, one of the most awkwardly looking exercises in the gym is a hip thrust or a glute bridge. A lot of people do them with a barbell and a pad, and you set up either steps or you do them on a bench, and you're pretty much humping the air. It's not very comfortable for a lot of people. For others, it's very hard to set up. You can actually use a leg extension or a hamstring curl machine to get these done. We're gonna show you how to do it on a leg extension. Essentially, it's going to just depend on how tall you are on where you set up this pad. She's gonna get set up right here, so it's right here. Go ahead. Feet are going to be out in front of you, and what you want to think about is driving those feet out, torque, not twerk, torque. So driving the feet into the ground and screwing them outwards and driving your knees out so you can activate your hips and your glutes as much as possible. When you get to the top, you're gonna hold for a second, squeeze the glutes, and then come back down. The goal is not to go into hyperextension at the low back. A little bit might occur, but you wanna keep that core down and tight while you're driving the hips up. There you go. Hold. Good. So if you guys can look, notice how her stomach is not coming up when she lifts the weight up. So if her stomach comes up, give an example. That's not what you want. She's losing core tightness and losing tightness in her glutes. So keep a neutral spine, drive the hips up, squeeze the glutes for a second, come back down. You guys don't want to see me do this. Next exercise, we got cable pull-throughs. Great exercise. I actually like to use this as a pre-squat warm-up. It's a great way to get the glutes to fire. A lot of people have trouble feeling their glutes work, especially because the majority of us sit on our ass all day and our glutes don't have to work to stabilize anything. We're just sitting there. So a great way to really activate them is this exercise, and not only as a warm-up, but as a workout as well. So it kind of simulates like a kettlebell swing, but a lot more controlled. So try this out if you haven't tried it before, prior to your squats or as an exercise as part of your routine, and I promise you will love it. You'll probably hate it, but as far as getting your glutes to work, you'll like it. So to finish off this workout, we did 2 more exercises. This here, I guess, is kind of like a cable style Romanian deadlift. The focus is really just to get a full stretch in the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes hard at lockout, and then we moved into a single leg glute kickback. And I have to say, I think this was my first time really trying these, and they look much easier than they actually are. That's why I'm only doing 1 plate here. But that pretty much wraps up the workout, and as you guys know from watching my videos, this isn't a traditional leg workout for me. Brittany just wanted to take me through some of the things that she does for glute focused workouts. You know, we will do more videos like this if you guys are interested. I know there was a lot of live talking during the workout, but I just wanted to share some tips that might be able to help some of you guys out. But that is going to conclude this video. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. If you you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. And also a reminder that the NASM is offering their free 2-week trial for anyone who's interested in becoming a certified personal trainer. So if that's something that you want to test out for 14 days, there will be a link in the description box below, www.myusatrainer.com/Matty. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you all in the next video.